Good people, today we'll be doing some equations where we solve for x. It's very important that we solve for x, especially in grade 11. I'm going to be focusing on some equation that need to be solved from grade 11. It's also being solved in grade 12, but the foundation is in grade 10. So here in grade 11 we are just applying what we already learned in grade 10. So we are going to have this equation first, which is x squared minus 5x, and then minus 14, where is equals to 0. Now solving this one is a trinomial. We call it a quadratic function or equation, where it's learned in grade 10. By here, grade 10, there's something we call factorizing, which we factorize a trinomial. We call it a trinomial. So we're going to apply that factorization. So first thing, we need to find the factors of x squared. The factors of x squared is x and x. If you times x and x, going to give you x squared. And then from there, we need to find the factors of 14. That's when we add or minus them, has to give us a negative 5. So if I have 7 and 2, this 7 and 2, if I times them, they do give me 14. But now if I make this positive negative, and then I make this positive, if I times this negative 7 and this positive 2, give me this negative 14. And also if I say negative 7 plus 2, give me a negative 5. So this one is very, very important. You can check it by timesing everything here. What does it give you? This equation that we have here. And then from here, remember we're solving for x, so it's going to be x is equals to 7, or x is equals to negative 2. So guys, if you don't remember how to factorize from grade 10, there's something that is very important that you need to know, where we call the equation of a quadratic, where you say x is equals to negative b plus or minus squared, which is b squared minus 4ac all over what, 2a. Remember the standard equation, it's ax squared plus bx and then plus c. This is my a, this is my b, and then this is my c. So we substitute them in this equation, and then we get our x, and then we get these 2x. First, if you put a positive, then you put a negative, you get your 2x's. Just go and apply it and see, does it give you exactly the same answer. Now we are having this equation where now it's a fraction. I need to solve for x with this fraction, and we have this negative sign in between these two fractions. Sorry, we have 2 here. So in these fractions, now we need to solve our x. Fractions is something that we need to do first. We must take the LCM. The LCM of this fraction, remember we have x plus 1 here, and we have x plus 1 here, meaning we have 2x plus 1, and then we have this x minus 2. So taking our LCM, we need to take one of the two, since these two are the same. So we're going to take one, and then we're going to also take this one, since it's only one that we have. So our LCM is going to be x minus 2, and then it's going to be x plus 1. Now remember, our main thing that we need to do here on our denominator is to make our denominator to be the same. How are we going to do that? First thing, let me just bring this back. We need to times this fraction with the LCM that we don't have here. We have x plus 1 here, meaning this x plus 1 that we here, you're not gonna to use it. We're gonna use this x plus 1 since we don't have x minus 2 here. So you're going to times with this LCM. Now timesing it, you must times it on a numerator and also on a denominator. So what are we going to do? We're going to apply this by saying, now timesing x minus 2 all over x minus 2. Remember, this is just 1 because these two they divide each other, so they can cancel each other, and we're gonna come back to this one. So this is more or less the same thing as this one, since these two can cancel each other, and then we're gonna come back to this. And then now minus, we have this again. So we're gonna have this 6 all over, sorry about that, this 6 all over x minus 2. Now also we need to times. Now remember, our denominator here is x minus 2, so we need to times with the denominator that we don't have. What is that denominator? It's x plus 1. So we're going to times with x plus 1 all over x plus 1, and then is equals to, we do the same thing also here. We have 2 into x plus 1. We need to times with the LCM that we don't have. We have x plus 1 here, meaning we're going to times with x minus 2. So we're going to times with x minus 2 all over x minus 2. There's something that you must recognize there, very very important, that our denominator now is almost the same. Now if you can check this and also check this, these two things are the same because we're just going to times the numerator and the numerator, denominator and the denominator. Let me just do it. We have 2x plus 4 into x minus 2, then times the denominator is just going to be x plus 1 into x minus 2 minus 6 into x plus 1. Brackets are very important, guys. X minus 2 into x plus 1, and then equals to this 2 into x minus 2 all over into x plus 1 into x minus 2. Now what I was just telling you right now, this denominator is exactly the same as this denominator, and we have this negative sign in between these two equations that are there. Now we can take ones, remember the rule of the fraction, if the denominators are the same or we add or we minus them, so we can take just one denominator and then we're going to add what we have on the numerator. So this one is just going to be 2x plus 1 or plus 4, sorry, into x minus 2, and then minus 6 into x plus 1 equals to 2 into x minus 2. Remember, what we did on this has nothing to do with what we are going on the other side. That's why I'm going to bring back this x plus 1 into x minus 2. Now something that is very important that I'm going to do right now, remember we have this equal sign in between these two things, and have this fraction, have this fraction, these two denominators are the same. So if you have two denominators that are the same, you can leave them out, meaning you can crop them out and then only take what we have on our numerators. So I can say, taking this 2x plus 4, then x minus 2 minus 6 into x plus 1 equals to 2 into x minus 2. Now remember, my denominators are the same and are being separated by this equal sign, so I can crop them out and then take what I have here on our numerators. Then from here, just to open the bracket, you're gonna times this by this, which is gonna give us a 2x squared, and then this same 2 times in with this one here, which is gonna give us a negative 4x. Take this 4 times in with this, it's gonna give us what? A positive 4x. Take this 4 times in with this 2, it's gonna give us what? Negative 8. Now this negative 6 times with this is gonna give us a negative 6x. This negative 6 times the positive 1 is going to give us negative 6 is equals to 2x times x, or 2 times x is going to give us a 2x, and then this 2 times this negative 2 is going to give us a negative 4. Then from here we're going to group the like terms. This is the only one that we have. Negative 4x plus 4x, these cancels each other, and then we're going to have this negative 6x there. Negative 6x, take these 2 to the other side, it's going to give us negative 6 minus negative 2, which is going to give us a negative 8x. And then I have negative 8, negative 6, take this 4 to the other side, it's going to be positive, so it's going to give us a negative 10 is equals to 0. I hope you're still following. Then from here, we just erase this. And from here, I can divide by 2 here, I can divide by 2, I can divide by 2, which I'm going to have x squared, and then minus 4x, and then minus 5, then equals to 0. From here, I can factorize, finding the factors of x squared, which is just x, and x, the factors of 5 is going to be 5 and 1, that's going to give me what? Negative 4. Then this 5 is going to be negative, and then this 1 is going to be positive. And then from here I can say, remember, this is equals to 0, and then x is going to be positive 5, or for x it's going to be a negative 1. So this is how we are going to solve this equation. Now going to the last question that I prepared for you is this one, which having the square root, and we're having minus x is equal to negative 1. From here, before I do anything else, I must make sure that something that has a square root is left alone on the one other side, and then something that doesn't have a square root is also on the other side. Meaning I must make sure the square root is here alone, there's nothing else with the square root. So I need to take this coming to this side. So I'm going to have x, square root of x plus 5 equals to x, then minus 1. Remember, I just took x and then put it in front of this negative 1. That's why I'm saying x minus 1. This x was negative, so it's going to be positive on this side. And then after that, I must get rid of this square root. How can I do that? Square both sides. What I do on the left hand side, I must do it on the left hand side again. To